In this video, we'll uncover how vodka wasn't just Russia's favorite drink, it was the backbone of an empire. From fueling the economy to shaping the destiny of a nation, discover the untold story of the Russian vodka monopoly. Hey, welcome to Vaulted Visions. Today, we're exploring one of the most fascinating and lesser-known aspects of Russian history, how the Russian state turned vodka into a financial powerhouse that funded wars, expanded territories, and left a lasting impact on Russian society. Stick around until the end to find out how this state-run enterprise still influences Russia today. How did vodka become more than just a drink in Russia? Vodka's history in Russia dates back to the 14th century, with the introduction of the distillation process. Over time, vodka evolved from a medicinal concoction into a widely consumed beverage, deeply ingrained in Russian culture. Vodka became more than just alcohol. It was a symbol of hospitality, a part of religious rituals, and a staple in social gatherings. By the 16th century, it was clear that vodka had become an essential part of Russian life, intertwining with both the social and economic fabric of the nation. But how did a simple drink evolve into a tool of state control? Why did the Russian government see an opportunity in vodka? The Russian state's relationship with vodka took a decisive turn in the early 18th century under the rule of Peter the Great. As part of his broader efforts to modernize Russia and centralize power, Peter saw the potential of vodka as a source of revenue. In 1751, under Empress Elizabeth, Peter the Great's daughter, the state formally established a monopoly on vodka production and sales. This meant that only the government could produce and sell vodka, and the profits flowed directly into the state coffers. The state set up a system of taverns, known as kabaks, across the country where vodka was sold. These kabaks became the primary source of vodka for the Russian populace, and by controlling these establishments, the state could effectively control both the price and distribution of vodka. But what did this monopoly mean for the Russian economy and its people? Could alcohol really fund an empire? By the 19th century, the vodka monopoly had become one of the most important pillars of the Russian economy. The revenue generated from vodka sales was staggering. By the late 1800s, vodka sales accounted for nearly a third of the Russian government's income. This revenue wasn't just used to fund the daily operations of the state. It financed wars, helped expand the empire, and even funded large-scale infrastructure projects, including the construction of the Trans-Siberian Railway. The dependency on vodka revenue grew so strong that the Russian state began to view its citizens' consumption of vodka as essential to its financial stability. This led to policies that encouraged drinking while ensuring that the state remained the sole provider. For example, while taxes on vodka were high, the price was kept affordable enough to ensure that the average Russian could buy it regularly. This strategy worked, as vodka consumption soared, and so did the state's income. But there was a dark side to this financial success. The state's reliance on vodka revenue had significant social implications, leading to widespread alcohol dependency among the population. Public health suffered, with alcoholism becoming a serious issue, and the social fabric of the nation began to fray. How did this dependency on vodka shape Russian society and its future? What was the human cost of the state's vodka monopoly? The state's push to maximize vodka sales had devastating effects on Russian society. By the 19th century, alcoholism had become rampant, particularly among the peasantry. The kabaks became notorious as places where workers would spend their meager earnings, leading to widespread poverty and social unrest. The Russian Orthodox Church also raised concerns about the moral decay caused by excessive drinking, but these concerns were largely ignored by the state, which was more focused on the revenue. The state's monopoly on vodka also reinforced the social hierarchy. The rich could afford to drink in moderation, while the poor, particularly the serfs, were often driven to drink excessively, exacerbating their hardships. This deepened the divide between the ruling class and the peasantry. On the political front, the vodka monopoly played a role in the Russian Revolution. By the early 20th century, as the state grappled with economic challenges and social unrest, the reliance on vodka revenue became a double-edged sword. During World War I, in a desperate attempt to improve public health and morale, Tsar Nicholas II banned the production and sale of vodka. This prohibition, however, had disastrous consequences. State revenue plummeted, and the financial strain contributed to the collapse of the Russian Empire in 1917. What happened to the vodka monopoly after the fall of the Tsar? How did the story of vodka continue after the revolution? After the Bolsheviks came to power, they recognized the financial importance of vodka. Despite their ideological opposition to the old regime's practices, the Soviet government re-established the vodka monopoly in the 1920s to fund its own state-building projects. Vodka remained a significant source of revenue for the Soviet Union throughout its existence. Even today, vodka holds a prominent place in Russian culture and economy, although the state's direct involvement has lessened. The legacy of the vodka monopoly is still evident in modern Russia, where alcohol consumption remains a significant public health issue, and the historical memory of vodka's role in shaping the nation persists. Could such a monopoly exist in today's world? And here's something to consider: while the Russian state's monopoly on vodka is a thing of the past, the idea of governments using vice taxes to fund state activities is still very much alive. From tobacco to gambling, many modern states rely on similar strategies. But, as Russia's experience with vodka shows, there's always a delicate balance between revenue and the social impact of such policies. If you found this exploration into Russia's vodka monopoly as fascinating as we did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Vaulted Visions, and we want to hear from you. Do you think governments today still rely too much on sin taxes? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, cheers to history.